Hey guys, what's up? It is Cyrus. So today I'm going to be talking about, it's still conspiracy related, kinda, but also religion related. Anyway, today I am going to be talking about Scientology. So the creator of Scientology, his name was L. Ron Hubbard. He had this idea called Dianetics, which is a pseudoscience that involves auditing people, which utilizes an electrical resistance meter to apparently remove your emotional burdens and cure people from their troubles. It uses hypnosis techniques, and by talking with an auditor, you're going to get rid of your engrams, which is the cause of mental and physical health problems, and reach a state known as clear. So the failure of this concept is what led to the founding of the Church of Scientology. After one becomes clear, you can reach the operating Thetan level. So there are going to be 8 levels, all costing money to get into each, increasingly amounts of money as you reach higher. It's a state of complete spiritual freedom. The texts for these are only meant to be seen for special individuals who at this point have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to be in Scientology. So you know that they're in it to win it. I am not saying that they're on WikiLeaks, but you can find some pages on the internet if you look hard enough. They believe in reincarnation and past lives. So in their past lives, they were an extraterrestrial that was brought here by the alien Xenu. He brought billions of aliens with him to Earth, only to kill them in a thermonuclear weapons. And, fun fact, you can actually be a part of other religions and also still be a Scientologist. It's seen as a religious organization in some countries and seen as a cult in other countries. Some even call it a business, but an article in Time magazine just labeled it as a scam. It is a very well-known religion here in America. Okay, so let's go back to the history of Scientology. So like I said, L. Ron Hubbard is the man who created Scientology. Dianetics failed, and that is where Scientology was born. So he made the organization for Dianetics in 1950. He went bankrupt and lost all the rights to his Dianetics book that he wrote within 2 years of writing it. He decided that religion needed to be incorporated, and after regaining the rights to Dianetics, Scientology. In 1959, he bought a large estate in Sussex, UK, which became his personal home and the HQ of Scientology at the time. He established the Guardian's Office to combat the negative attention. They actually infiltrated the IRS and several other government agencies before they were caught. The FBI raided their compounds in DC and LA, and that is where they uncovered all of the details about what they've been doing. 11 Scientologists were found guilty, including the wife of L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology. Sea Org, or the Sea Organization, was established in 1967, which only includes the most committed members. Hubbard died in 1986, leaving his close personal aide, David Miscavige, in charge. In 1993, Scientology was recognized as a religion here in the US. So Hubbard's writings are the core teachings of Scientology. He has several books, including this one, that literally lay out what it means to be a Scientologist. It is considered scripture. They use psychology, they use physics, they use philosophy, they use teachings of morality, and also those hypnotic techniques that I was talking about before. They even have their own language, Scientologies, Thetan being one of those words. But don't worry, they have an 1,100-page dictionary with all of these words and the definitions in case you're curious. Auditing is the central practice. You have an auditor who is asking questions, who is a Scientologist, and then you have the unclear, who is the person being asked the questions, who is trying to become a Scientologist or be reintegrated into Scientology. The bridge of total freedom is the roadmap to the state of clear. You start at the bottom of the chart and you work your way up to the top. When you sign up for free on their website, you actually get a free DVD that they will mail to you. You also have to include your email, and they will send you the first couple of tests that they make you take, like the personality test. It just kind of goes from there. And after you decide to join, you will start your journey to Xenu. Operating Thetan is a godlike state, and you'll have control over space, energy, matter, and time. Long ago, Thetans were tricked into following religion, meaning they could no longer use their planet-destroying powers. So now that you are clear, you need to focus on getting out of your body. You have to be invited to become an operating Thetan, and you are sworn to secrecy, and everything that you learn and discuss can only be kept between other high-level Thetans. So in the operating Thetan, there are also levels. There's going to be 15 of them, but only 7 of them were released under Hubbard. OT1 is learning about controlling that matter, energy, space, and time, and other beings. OT2 is confronting the loss of Thetan's freedom and experience a new level of self-determination. OT3 is the Wall of Fire, which tells the history of the universe from 75 million years ago. It reveals the true cause of human suffering, and not only is this level super secret, it's also very dangerous. OT4 handles all of the issues related to drugs and poisons. OT5 is the second Wall of Fire, which is addressing the final engrams that are preventing you from total freedom. OT6 is when you're going to start training to perform solo audits. OT7 is when you have learned how to solo audit and you now do it by yourself at home. This is the highest pre-OT level. This is where you learn the ultimate secret to Hubbard's teachings. The first version spoke of a galactic confederacy that will return to the Earth and telepathically enslave everyone unless Hubbard pulls a Jesus and comes back and defeats him. The next 2 levels have been teased by David Miscavige but have not been released. And if they do exist, Hubbard actually probably didn't write these ones. Once you have mastered all of this, you now have become clear. Congratulations, you are moving on to the next step of Scientology. Now that you have mastered all of these steps and learned how to use your powers, you'll become cleared, Thetan clear. So basically, congratulations, you're a Thetan. So they believe in 3 parts of the body, which is the mind, body, and spirit. The inner self, or the spirit, is the Thetan that they are talking about. They are immortal beings that have been reincarnated several times, and according to Scientology, there is a supreme being, but you do not have to follow or praise the supreme being. Hubbard was not a fan of psychology, unless it was Freud apparently, so he tried to replace it with his teachings of Scientology. One of these is called Introspection Rundown, which is meant to treat mental illnesses and psychotic breakdowns by isolating a person completely, only talking to them to audit them until it is deemed that the person is okay again. Don't worry, this is only administered by a professional Scientologist. Actually, a woman died in 1995 after suffering multiple breakdowns and being put in the introspection rundown. After 17 days, she died, and it was pretty clear that she had been starved, that she had not been given water, and now you have to sign a waiver before they will put you in there. Their current headquarters is in California, where all the highest ranking Sea Org Members have over 700 missions or 700 separate Scientology organizations set up all over the world in over 65 countries. They have that hierarchy starting with David that leans all the way down. It's kind of like a triangle. He's at the top, and there's more and more as you get to the bottom basics of Scientology. They just base it off a pyramid scheme. Sea Org members are often children of members of Scientology, and they sign a billion-year contract. Even the highest ranking members with children are expected to prioritize Scientology over their families. They have the Rehabilitation Project Force, which is for discipline. It's to reintegrate the teachings of Scientology through auditing for 5 hours. And then you work, usually manual labor, for 8 hours. And then you get about 7 hours of sleep. Supposedly, the program does violate the most basic of human rights, though. They have their own intelligence agency, the Office of Special Affairs, where they use character assassination to get rid of their enemies. They've got the books, they've got magazines, they've got DVDs, they've got a website. They even have celebrity endorsements from people such as John Travolta and Elizabeth Moss. A couple ex-members include John Stamos and Nicole Kidman. They have social outreach programs that apparently fight addiction and disabilities, but they only use exercising, healthy diets, and auditing to cure things. Under the Association of Better Living and Education, several programs exist. The Way to Happiness Foundation is currently working on transcribing Hubbard's teachings to over 40 different languages. Narconon, whatever, is for drug rehabilitation. Criminon is for criminal rehabilitation. The World Institute of Scientology Enterprises incorporates business with Scientology. So let's talk about some other conspiracies / hot takes that have to do with Scientology. So the most well known is going to be the wife of David Miscavige. She has not been seen since 2007. I don't really care too much where she is. The problem is not Shelley Miscavige missing. The problem is that she is not the only person who has been seen going into some sort of compound and then just never coming out. They also don't believe in psychology. They think that it's barbaric, and they encourage spiritual healing. They even have an anti-psychology organization called Citizens Commissions of Human Rights. So they have a list of procedures for when you're going to be attacking your enemies. 1, you identify who is attacking you. 2, you find out the tea, so basically you can blackmail them. 3, you welcome an investigation of them because now you have some evidence. And 4, you feed all of that evidence to the media so it character assassinates them. Hashtag never submit. If they don't like you or something you said, they're probably gonna file a lawsuit, or they're gonna, like I said, just dig up something on you and give it to the media. Or they can frame you for a crime. Or they can just try to discredit you in any way they can. There's been reports of violence, of murder, of holding people against their will. Ellie Perkins was a member of Scientology, and her son was exhibiting very negative behaviors. She did try to take him to a psychologist, but she got talked down by other Scientologists and decided that Scientology was the answer. Well, after years and years and years of Scientology treatment, he stabbed her 77 times. There was a girl who took the free personality test that you get when you sign up on their website, and her reviews were so negative from them that she killed herself. They also believe in disconnection, which means that they're going to cut off basically anyone that's not a Scientologist and definitely anyone that disagrees with them. So are they a religion or are they a cult? I don't know. I think that the whole premise is very interesting. I definitely learned a lot that I did not know looking deeper into this. And if you want to know anything else, Jenna Miscavige, which is the niece of David and Shelley, the leaders of Scientology, she has a YouTube channel, and let me tell you, she lets loose. If you have any questions, if you want to know any more details into any of this, or if you just want to check out her channel, go ahead, I'll link it below. Thank you for staying this long. I hope this video was as interesting for you as it was for me. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.